Hello. I'd love to do a British accent for you, but I have no idea. I don't even know who the Beatles are. Now, I know who the Beatles are. Were, have been, are. Come on. The Beatles are and will always be in our minds, in our hearts, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. Did the Beatles drink coffee? I don't know. Here's my problem. I have the highest fucking respect, bloody respect, I don't know, for the Beatles, musically, everything. Highest respect, but I was never a huge fan. I don't have all their albums. I don't know how to play a single Beatles song, except, you know, the one that you just saw, which I learned for this demo. I've never been really into it. So how well can I show the sound of the Beatles? Well, we're going to find out. The deal is, first of all, I have beautiful hair. Secondly, the real deal is, if you want an authentic Beatles sound, it's incredibly easy to do, and you're gonna stone me for this. You're gonna come by with baseball bats and chainsaws. But the reality is that back in the day, they probably had instruments that weren't on the level of a high-end instrument nowadays. I would assume. Manufacturing methods have changed and improved a lot. They had, you know, maybe old beat-up amps or new amps that were kind of beat up. But the technology was different. Was it better? Was it worse? You know what? We can't freaking tell because the recording quality of the day wasn't so that you would hear every single detail. I mean, they were recorded in rooms with, you know, the whole band at the same time, and then they had stereo, which for them meant, hey, let's do the vocals here and everything else on this side. I mean, we're talking about the early days of studio recording. And that means that the witness, the exhibits, the proof, the whatever, the things we have from that time, I don't know where my English went, is they aren't on the highest audible quality. So pretty much any sound that is semi-acoustic, hollow body-ish, with a little bit of twangy jingle, and has some high-end is voxy, kind of. I mean, if you wing it and you do it roughly, and you play the song, you're gonna hit the Beatles. Now, I really do not think it's necessary, if you want to get an authentic Beatles sound, to fork over the 3,000 or more euro for an original, real Rickenbacker. It's not going to be built like the ones in the past anyway. You would have to get an original from that time. And then you still don't have, you know, Lennon's or Harrison's instrument, and his fingers and his sound and that time and that old mic and that room. And so if you wing it, it's going to be good enough. So who are you? Who is interested in this? Well, you might be playing in a cover band and you play a couple Beatles songs. Hey, for that, $200, I think that's about $200 or something. You're gonna nail it. You play a couple of Beatles songs, you come on stage with this, you're gonna look more authentic, it's gonna sound more than the Beatles, like your Fender Stratocaster or your Gibson or whatever. So it's gonna be closer to that than your high-end instrument, because simply this is more in the general direction. And you might just be someone, hey, who thinks, hey, I like the Beatles, that's kind of cool, I want to play around with a sound similar to that, then this is also going to be your thing. If you're into the high-end Beatles cover band that makes thousands of dollars or euro playing on the weekends for weddings or whatever, you might want to do it the really original way. If you're a tribute band, you might really want to have Rickenbacker on top. If not, this is totally going to get you the sound, okay? It's going to be in what you play and how you play it. It's definitely close enough. So this is the RB600. RB obviously standing for Rickenbacker Clone Copy Rip-Off Guitar. From what I can tell, this is in no way trying to be authentic in terms of pretty much everything. Size, I don't even know. I think the Rickenbackers are a little bit bigger. It's roughly kind of similar. This looks to me, I cannot really tell because I have these really yellow glasses on, to be a kind of a mahogany-ish thing. Neck looks to be maybe maple-ish, but it doesn't. No, it's glued on. I can see here in this area, even with my sunglasses, that it's glued on here because it's angled. When it's angled, they glue it on to save on wood. We have something's rattling around in there. We have a plasticky kind of nut, kind of weirdy wavy headstock. The tuners work. That's what you want in that price range. They work. They. Something is off here. We should check this wherever my tuner went here. My trusty Polytune TCE. Let's see. A little bit more E. A little bit more A. Everything a little bit more. And less E. And as you can clearly see, it's tunable very easily. What else do we have? We have a rosewood. I can never think of rosewood. Rosewoody kind of fretboard with kind of a two-color theme going on. I don't know if the camera can catch this, which might mean, hey, they picked up scrap wood. I love it when fretboards have different colors. I'm getting a Berumen single cut. It's gonna be awesome with Zero-Coat fretboard, which actually has like wavy lines in it. So I love this. So that's kind of cool. These are, I'm gonna say, Filtertron pickups. I have no idea. Like TV Jones kind of style. I don't even know what they do well. We have this ugly bridge here with this string thingy where they clip in, and they have Dadarios in it. Yes, Dadarios are in there. So this is kind of a floating doohickey, and the strings are, going through this bridge. This is bugging me because I can't mute the strings. I can't do like a nice Metallica riff on this, which of course we don't want. So you can take this off with 2 screws, and then you can take it off and can actually palm mute if you wanted this. Obviously this is not really meant for that. It came out of the box like this, which is Harley Benton quality control messed up a little bit there. We have these silver stickers on here, and one of them fell off, which really on this guitar is the one thing, let me see, that you can really criticize. There's a tiny little scratch in here. If you look into the F-holes, it's not painted in there. A little bit of a red discoloration. F-holes, it's only one F-hole. A little bit of a discoloration. There was a dog hair on it that was not original Harley Benton. That was clearly from here. Yeah, so that sticker missing is a little bit of a problem if you really care. If you don't, then you don't, and then it's not a problem. We have a 3-position switch. 3-position switch. And this kind of turns and turns and turns. Needs to be screwed in a little bit more. So we have volume, tone. So right now I'm going into the Clones amp, set to an AC30 because that's what you need. You need an AC. And that's going through an Eventide H9 with a spring reverb. So the guitar sounds open. It has a nice open sound. To me, a little bit too dull in the front, but not really. It's nice. Whenever you strum on an electric guitar, it's too harsh. It's too lifeless. It's like. But this gives it a little bit of a twangy acoustic thing because it's a semi-hollow. It's a hollow body. It is hollow here too, as far as I can see. There's a sustain block in the middle. Yep. So let's check out the sounds. In the middle. Beautiful, huh? That's Beatles, come on. They stole that. Weird with the bridge back here. I would want to take this off. But maybe it forces you to play more Beatley. Beatlesque, Beatlicious. And that guy also used this type of guitar. I don't know, and I'm too good at singing to show you. It's a nice open sound, I like this. If you give it a little bit of crunch, it can handle it. I'm not gonna play any Beatles stuff because I don't know any Beatles stuff. I think this is very nice. Let's try it with some more gain just for fun. Not made for that. Very clearly they didn't use any pedals back then. I think because I don't think pedals were really invented. So they wouldn't have watched this channel. The bastards! McCartney! HP42 on YouTube. You don't know shit about pedals because you know back in your day you didn't have them. So watch this and then, I don't know. I don't think McCartney is gonna watch this channel. He doesn't also need to do Beatles on a budget because A, he had the Beatles, was the Beatles, and probably can afford a guitar worth more than €200. Then again, does he need a guitar? Well, he plays bass. So I would recommend this with a sticker. If you're playing around with some Beatles stuff, you're in a band, that does this kind of stuff, if you get it out for 1 or 2 songs, it'll be a nice gimmick. So let's do the swibbity swabby flop. Swibbity flop flop. And here we have the Beatbass. Okay. Obviously this is a copy of the Höfner, or for you Americans, the Hofner, but it is Höfner. It got 2 dots, umlauts on the O. Höfner, which of course in the original was like this, only that I can't play like this, because I feel... this is not happening for me, so I gotta do it the right way, you know. The right way! The righty way. This is what McCartney played. And back in the day, McCartney actually played a very inexpensive bass. So buying one now for $2,500, which is I think what the big viola bass from Höfner will run you, I don't think it's gonna get you the McCartney sound because he had an inexpensive instrument back then. They weren't very, they weren't expensive. So actually going on the cheaper side nowadays will probably get you closer to the original sound back then. Did they have this big ass sound that I'm now getting by just plugging into the interface? I'm going straight DI here. No, because it was all recorded in a room. It was all the stuff he played, which was brilliant. I think he played with a pick. I think there was help, something like this. Something like this. Now on a Loving he played a nice walking bass. I don't think I got it down exactly. He started somewhere on top. Something like this. And I actually played it with my fingers. With the pick. I really like the sound of this bass. I'm probably gonna go ahead and buy this. I don't think this is going back to Thomann. One of the problems for me is it's very top heavy. That is simply the construction of this bass. Okay, you cannot get around this. It is had a long ass neck and no weight here because this is hollow. Now, and look at this, it's actually also bursted in the back, the neck is bursted, the back of the headstock is bursted, it's not bursted in the front, which is weird. Okay, why isn't it bursted in the front? If everything else, I think this is the original way. Let's look here, we have a little CE logo, the made in China, but we have also the don't throw it in the trash logo. Which is kind of neat because, you know, because that's what you would definitely do. You would throw this in the trash. I love the burst. I love the flame maple on top, which looks really nice. It was delivered with this wooden bridge with a little bit of styrofoam under it. And if you are new to hollow body instruments, this is standard. But I bitched a little bit about how to actually get this off and not move the bridge. And I'm going to fly a little video right there where you can actually see how I did it. You take one of what I did. You put a little bit of tape there. I actually used one of these things here that you use. Wait, my camera's wobbling. That you use for your cell phone to have it on the dashboard in the car, because this is very sticky. You know, put it there. You can see it right there, and put it there. It stayed in position. Took it off, put it back, and I found the position perfectly so that your intonation is still there. The controls. Someone had to explain this to me, and I'm still not fully 100% sure on how this is done because I think Harley Benton messed this up and turned it around. We have volume and volume for the two pickups, okay, and then we have treble on and treble, bass and treble on. First of all, bass, treble. We assume, and then rhythm or solo, which would give you a volume push. So let's see what actually happens. We turn bass on, which should mean only this is on. And now we turn treble on. Well, clearly this was the bass and this is the treble, so I'm thinking they got reversed, okay? So with the treble on, which means the bass is on, this is where it gets complicated. Okay, I can actually, volume 2, this is great. Volume 2 is for here. So this one is for the one in the back, and this one is for this one. So they clearly just reversed these two. If you have both of them on, you have a mix thing. Obviously, this is up and this is not up, so this is the pot should be put on so that this indicator actually indicates something. So let's see what we can mix. for this. I love the openness of it. It's got a lot of in the bass. It fills nicely, but it still sounds nice and fluffy somehow. I really like the sound of it, and I would love to use this when I'm doing an acoustic production. So I've got a nice guy strumming, and I just want to go. So if you are in a Beatles cover band, you want to play one or two Beatles songs, or you have a little recording studio, you have a project studio at home, and you just want that flavor of bass sound. $150 right now, as I'm talking, it could always change, is ridiculous. This one's gonna stay here. I love the way that it's gonna look on the wall here, and I love the fact that if I'm doing an acoustic production, I can just get that filling, nice sound. So definitely a win in my book, except for the fact I actually can't find any flaws on this. Like the frets have been filled. It's a thick neck. It tunes nicely. My only gripe with it would be that these have been switched. Okay, I'll see you in my 2 cents and then I'm out. Guys and girls and gals and grandpas and mas and kids, whatever, whoever you are, you know who you are. Here's what I think. I apologize that I'm not the biggest Beatles nerd and couldn't do the Beatles justice with amazingly, accurately traditional Beatles stuff. But I think you could see that you can get the sounds out of this guitar. You can definitely get the look, or the rough look. If you're a total Beatles nerd, you want the exact thing, you're gonna have to fork over $3,000, something in this vicinity, for a real Rickenbacker. And would have been nice if this guitar had the extra sticker on it that's missing. But at $200, this is a really, really cool entry into that world. So, full recommendation from me. It's got a nice and open acoustic electric sound, let's call it that, and it does the job, and it looks the part, so that's fine. The bass I'm extremely impressed with, I really am. It's top heavy, and I'm fighting with it, but that means I have to put it on a strap when I play it. It's too bad that the controls are reversed. That's definitely something, it might only be this model, where someone just didn't have enough coffee and mixed up the wires. It would be interesting if you have this, if you can post if yours is the same way, so that means Harley Benton has to act. If it's just mine, well then, you know, someone needs their coffee in China. Other than that, they drink tea, I think. So other than that, I really want to keep this. I have to talk to my friends at Thomann and ask them if they let me keep it. Because this is €149. It actually has a beautiful flame maple. It has, you could see this, it has the sunburst all around. Absolutely crazy for the money. Right now this isn't available as I'm speaking, but I'm pretty sure they're coming back in, which means I will try to post links under the video as I can. If you're interested in any of this stuff. Oh, something I want to show you. I didn't do it in the video, but let me show you. The Harley Benton AC tone. That'll actually get you fairly close to a Voxy kind of sound. So let's add up. $199 plus $30 is $29.95 or something. So you're at €230, and then you want to play some bass lines. You're gonna have to study whatever, you know, McCartney did. So otherwise it's not gonna sound like the Beatles. But 230, 333, 380. We're at $380. And if you've got an old Ludwig kit sitting in your basement, you have the whole band. If not, get what I actually used was Native Instruments Complete Ultimate, the 50s kit. Sounded fine to me. Of course, I sent it through a lot of nice plugins. But you can get the Vox, you can get the guitar. This whole setup right here will run you $380. That's pretty damn crazy. Okay? If you're interested in any of this, please use my links. You will support me with that. And that means I can now edit all this and actually send them back and get these boxes out of my rooms and get this huge stand that I built specifically for these guitars out of here, hoping that it's gonna take quite a while till they send me the next ones, because these videos are shit out of work. So thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you on the flippity flop, whatever the flippity flop is.
Sunset